right, hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. And today on the Sunday Talk, we're gonna be just talking about my birthday. Yes, today is my birthday, or yesterday, because I'm recording this on Saturday to get this uploaded by Sunday. But I am officially 25 years old. That is a quarter of a century. I feel like my knees are starting to collapse. But seriously, I don't know how to feel about being 25 years old. Something about it feels surreal, weird. I'm growing older by the day, and something about it just seems off. Like, I get it. Like, everyone ages, everyone gets wrinkles, everyone gets, sag every once in a while on their skin and stuff like that. But I've never realized how much of my life I've spent on this earth already. 25 years. 25 fucking years. Others are like 50 years old and 75 years old. I don't know. Something about it just seems off to me, I mean, if you really think about it, our age, right? We put our time and effort onto this big ball of a rock that we live on, and we still just continue on living. It's not weird in a sense to know that people are, living. It's more the fact that everyone else is also going to be in the same position that you're in, And I mean that in the sense of time and age. I don't mean by whatever else that you were probably thinking of, like financially or situationally or whatever else. I mean to say, like, time waits for no one, and that time is equal to everyone, which is crazy to think about. So when I'm 25 years old, and thinking about how much I've spent my time being, 25 years on this earth, I feel like I've not been doing the best. It kind of makes me think about what is my life like right now and what I could do to become better. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, let's take in the 25 years I've been on this earth, figured out the problems at hand, and now am I ready to be, successful? Something about it just kind of ticked me the wrong way when I heard about it, and whenever I thought about it, because 25 years, you'd expect a lot of people to be successful and do a lot of things within that age gap. I mean, some people are content creators who are full-time and have tons of money. There's some people who become, famous or infamous, depending on perspectives and stuff like that. But for me, I'm just a regular person. I don't think that really makes me feel any bad for myself. I think it's okay to be normal. It's okay to have normal problems. It's okay to have normal things happen. But sometimes, to me, I just kind of wonder what my life would have been like if I had the 25 years on this earth, but if I was in a different position, like if I was a famous content creator, or if I was a successful entrepreneur or whatever else. I mean, obviously it could still happen within the next 25 years. I mean, I got another 25 years until I'm 50, so it's not even a big deal. But it just makes me wonder, and I wonder if everyone else has this kind of thought process, where you look back at your life and you think to yourself, I could have done that differently. But would you, though? It's kind of like that paradox where if you had an opportunity to time travel back to tell your younger self to not do something, would you be the same person you are today? Which is why I am very grateful for my life right now. I feel grateful, even though I'm not in the best position financially, even though I'm not doing the best in terms of mentally, and even though I'm not doing the best in terms of physically, I'm still happy. I'm happy because I'm able to live and to make those mistakes, to try to become better from them. Something about that is enticing. And it's like something about a challenge. Something about challenging yourself to become better is always part of life. And it's something that I enjoy thoroughly. And at the same time, there's moments where I do think I could have done things, better. And you ever have those moments where you relive, your high school mistakes or your issues at hand that you made mistakes on? I have those moments a lot recently, and I feel like maybe it's because I'm realizing fully what it is that I've done wrong, and I don't know if there's a way for me to make up for it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where if you make a mistake in high school, middle school, elementary school, and you realize that you made that mistake while you're a kid, the option comes up is there a way to make up for that? Or sorry, I actually had to get up and pause my recording because I was hearing kids scream in the background because they were playing whatever, like they were playing tag or something like that, and they were like screaming to not get, tagged. So I'm like, shut up. Stop screaming so loud. God damn, I'm trying to record a video. No, but that brings up something else too. That's, when you're a kid, you make mistakes, and that's how you learn. And when you're a kid, the consequences are not as heavy in a sense. They're not as heavy in terms of consequences in comparison to being an adult and then owning up to your actions, right? Because you have a guardian or a loved one who is willing to help you in some aspects become better by teaching you what not to do and what to do. So when people in high school, say for example, you make a mistake, you make that moment of time where you done something really stupid or horrendous, you're a kid, you're a teenager, and you're learning. And you shouldn't just say, oh, I can forgive myself so easily, but instead you need to understand the consequences of your actions and learn from those actions and learn what the consequences are. It's a little tidbit of wisdom from a 25-year-old who's been on this earth for 25 years. Yippee. But yeah, I'm 25 years old finally. Nothing's really changed about me other than being a little more mature and a little bit more thoughtful about, the people around me and the people I haven't even talked to in quite a while. I have this weird thing where I kind of go down this memory lane every birthday, and I shuffle through all the good and bad things in my head and, the memories that have transpired, and I kind of just sit there and I think to myself that honestly I wouldn't change anything because it made me who I am today. Even with doing stuff previously when I was younger and doing stupid stuff, I would still probably replicate that stupid stuff at that time frame because it made me learn lessons in life. And I kind of want to take this opportunity to tell you guys that it's okay that mistakes happen, that you made a terrible mistake or you made a small mistake, whatever the size of it is. It's okay to make those mistakes, but to own up to them and know the consequences is far better overall than to know what actions you're doing, and to learn to not make those mistakes again, to learn to not go through those pains again, and to learn not to have to worry about doing it again because you know what not to do. But yeah, aside from, the whole whimsical / like wise, conversation I just had out of the blue, I thought I'd let you know that I really want one thing. If I had something for my birthday, I would want an Xbox keyboard. I'm not gonna lie to you, that thing looks sexy as fuck. Look at it. Look at the design. You look at the screen right here, right now. You look at this and tell me this doesn't look great. This looks fan-fucking-tastic. I love the design of the old Xbox controllers. Something about it just screamed like old generation, but like really cool tech. And then you also have the green, clear plastic with the bubbly button. Yeah, I fuck with that heavily. I love it. I love every single bit of it. I wish, however, the arrow keys were not the ones that were the different color of the Xbox controller. I thought it would be the WASD that would make that happen, but instead they made the arrow keys do that. I'm kind of sad, but obviously someone could probably make a 3D print or a mold of like Xbox kind of aesthetic controller buttons or keys that I could probably replace on that keyboard and that's if I got the damn thing. It's $100. If there's anything I would want for my birthday, that's something that would be dope to have. But maybe another birthday, another time. Other things to note, being my birthday and all that jazz, I've also learned something new about myself, and that's I'm kind of growing out of a little bit of a gaming phase. I love playing games. I love video games, and I've loved it for almost my entire life because my dad dropped a OG Xbox controller on me and played Dungeons and Dragons Heroes with me. Yeah, it was fun. It was fantastic. I loved that game, by the way. I still loved it even today. But I've realized that I'm growing older, and my mindset and I guess I would say attitude towards video games hasn't really been doing the best. Something about video games as of recently hasn't been hitting the mark with me. I don't know if it's just because I'm growing out of it, or if it's because I've basically played video games for almost all my life. Maybe I'm just getting like a side effect of burning out, but something about it, I don't know if it's the generation of games. I don't know if it's the attitude that we have as a gaming culture, or I don't know if it's the industry itself, or if it's just me. But all I know and what I feel is that video games to me recently haven't been just fun. They haven't been as fun as they used to anymore. And maybe that's just because of my, you know, my old age of 25 years old. People are going to probably calling me Unk now. Be fucking weird if someone called me Unk. Ugh. It kind of makes you, it just, you know, it's that thought process and that change of human nature that's kind of fucking with me, because all my life I've played video games. I've played video games nonstop every single day. I would, you know, stop every once in a while and hang out with family and friends, you know, do the mandatory family hangout, girlfriend hangout, and all that jazz. But over a period of time, I've just come to realize that video games haven't been as enjoyable to me as much as they used to. And maybe it's because I've, you know, am lost in the nostalgia of like what video games used to be or something along those lines. But all I know is that right now it's kind of hard for me to make just, you know, regular YouTube videos about gaming nowadays. Something about it is just because I feel like I'm forcing myself to play these games that I'm in the niche in when I don't really want to play it. And a lot of people will probably say, well, just make a video that, you know, or play a video game that you thoroughly enjoy. Play a video game that you enjoy wholeheartedly and we'll watch you. And that's true. I have the community now for that. But the issue to me is that if I want to make, you know, YouTube as a career, the difficulty is appeasing your audience members. When most of your subscribers are people who are from VR, for example, when I switch over to a card game that maybe I want to play, or if I wanted to play a racing game, a lot of people are not going to watch my channel because it is not within the niche that they're subscribed for. So kind of just, you know, it's a toss-up. You know, it's a big toss-up of what do I need to do to make sure that I can still enjoy the games that I play or enjoy the things that I do while also maintaining my channel. And I don't know if I can do obviously I could probably pivot right now because my channel is so young, but since I'm earning money on YouTube, since I'm making money on YouTube and I'm getting products, you know, from different companies within the VR niche that are awesome, I just find it difficult to continue on making videos for VR games or games of like extraction shooters or tactical shooters because they haven't really changed in the past couple of years. Or if anything, gaming hasn't really changed super drastically other than live service games. But even then, you know, Call of Duty is making Nicki Minaj with her fat ass, you know, running around in Call of Duty, which is absolutely horrendous to look at. Like, why the fuck is Nicki Minaj in there? I didn't ask for Nicki Minaj to be a Call of Duty operator, let alone have Call of Duty go down that route. Shit, I remember when Call of Duty Ghosts had Eminem as like an announcer. I wouldn't mind announcer packs. That's fine. That's simple. But like cosmetics with like weird shit like bunny outfits, anime and shit like that is, yeah. Gaming is just so weird now. It seems like everyone's kind of following this live service shit and it's annoying. Maybe that's why I'm mad at video games, because of the live service. But look, I'm kind of going in multiple directions of like topics. I'm kind of like displaced here. Let me simplify it for you. 1, I'm 25 years old. I'm becoming older and I'm realizing that a quarter of my century, I feel like I've not been as successful as I wanted to, but I'm still happy and grateful for the things I have. So the next thing for me is to focus on trying to become more successful. 2, what I want for my birthday is that Xbox keyboard. That thing is sick as fuck. It is awesome, amazing work. Mwah, chef's kiss. I wish to see more of old generational like console designs be put onto modern stuff. Please, I beg you. Third thing, I feel like for me, I'm moving away from playing video games recently because I think it's just been burning me out. I think playing video games has burned me out entirely, and maybe it's just time for me to kind of pivot to something else. I don't know what it is that I want to pivot to or something that I want to make, but I want to make something else. I want to do more content, but right now, because of the niche I'm in, I'm limited to making videos because I need to appease the algorithm to actually make a career out of my YouTube channel. And the final thing, the fourth thing, what did I just say? Oh yeah, final thing. I hate live service games. I don't know what it is recently that's been making me upset about them, but something about always having content for a game when the content should have been put in there and made it worth the $60 like we had previously. I wish that would have changed. I think it would have been better. But I also think it's because the gaming community is so on a grind fest that they have nothing else better to do, and it makes it more difficult for players who want to have a chilled out time have to grind their ass off because everyone else is becoming that sweat fest galore that everyone is seeing on social media. You know, you have content creators who are playing the games daily, nonstop, to try to grind for their battle passes or whatever, and then you know, you have these updates, which are great. It's wonderful. Live service is great for devs so they can add in more content later on when the game is fully completed. But, and I'm going to say this, I don't like it because I think it makes it more difficult for people who are doing 9-to-5 jobs and stuff like that to continuously play those games when all it is a grind fest. Oh, that about covers it. That's about it, honestly. Final things I want to say. Thank you everyone who has, you know, supported me throughout the years of being a content creator, and those who have supported me financially for, you know, watching my videos. Your views matter. Every time you watch a video and watch a length of video, you help me as a content creator because your view becomes money. And obviously I don't want to say that, you know, you guys are just money. However, your viewership means a lot to me. Even one viewer can make a whole difference in what I create. It honestly makes a big difference, and I want to say thank you. You support me passively by just watching my videos, and I'll be forever grateful for the position that you've put me in right now, and I'm hoping that later down the line when I get to that point in my subscriber count where I'm like 500,000 or 1 million and I'm earning like more than like $5,000 a month, it'll be helpful for me and my family. But right now, I gotta grind and I gotta make sure that I can make videos that are worthwhile for you guys to watch. So yeah, that's it for me, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a great Sunday. And I hope that everyone has a great birthday as well. You know, happy birthday to those who I have not said happy birthday to yet, but this is a clear, you know, cut advance, you know, happy birthday celebration, because guess what? I'm saying happy birthday prior to your birthday. So I win. All right, that's it for me, everyone. Deuces, take care, everyone.